Hello and welcome to Generation Hero, the epic superhero saga that takes you through the entirety of comic book history, one issue at a time. This is our special Generation Villain one-shot, taking place in the middle of our 1990s arc to the extreme. It is entitled Task Force Tombstone. Also talk about what exactly Task Force Tombstone is. It's like some kind of Suicide Squad. I'll say that. But first, let's meet our villains. Some of them, or usually they play heroes. We have a new face as well.
This guy.
So, but they're playing all new characters. So let's go around, starting with Marvin. Tell me who you are, who your villain is, maybe what their powers are, and like what are they in for? Because when we start, all of them are prisoners at the Cemetery Coast Super Security Prison. So, what did they get busted doing?
Alright, so, as you heard, I'm Marvin. Marvin. Can't even say my own name, right?
No, that's it. You said it. It's...
But I am playing today Dr. Artifacts, a brain, one of the new character sheets came out. He is a criminal mastermind. Think of Bob Ross, but as a villain.
Oh, man.
He's a master of psychology, which he uses in his paintings to influence people into doing things he wants them to do. Like rob banks, give them their social security numbers, and create distractions. Get arrested by the police. Throw some anarchy into the system. So, yeah, he's in prison right now for causing a riot in order to rob about $300,000 from a national bank.
Dang. Painting his way to a criminal empire. Up next, we have a new player joining us, Perseus.
Hello. My character's name is Kaya Quill. She is essentially a glowing tree woman. She worked in a science firm for a little while, believing that this firm was trying to do things to help humanity, find funguses that could melt plastic, create disease-resistant crops, until she realized that the government was actually using it for bad. So, unfortunately, subjecting herself to her own experiments, she ended up losing all of her skin and becoming a tree. She has decided to pretty much take revenge on the government and spread anarchy as much as she can. Sow the seeds, if you will. Tree joke. So she just really likes the idea of destroying capitalism and the government in all its forms, and will kill anyone who gets in her way.
Awesome. Does Kaya have like kind of a supervillain nom de guerre?
Oh, yes. Her name is Moss. Everyone knows her by Moss. I don't think she goes by Kaya Quill to literally anyone lately.
Okay.
And her superpower is not just being a tree. She can hear things through the ground, and she has power over like roots, trees, that kind of stuff. She obviously can't like grow a tree out of nowhere, but she can certainly make those roots fuck up a building.
Whoa, very cool. After that, we have Dallas.
Hey, I'm Dallas. I'm playing a character named Cade Hollow, who goes by the name of Blend as a supervillain name. He can basically move his body in impossible positions, and he can mimic substances. So his ability plus his special suit allows him to basically have like a Metal Gear Solid 4 effect when touching any surface. He's a really good thief. And that's against his will. He was basically brought up by a side of his family he did not care to be brought up by, and forced, once they found out his ability, to steal lots of artifacts, money, whatever they could possibly figure out for him to get his hands on. So he's actually kind of slightly brainwashed and now thinks he really enjoys this line of work.
Dang. Well, let's see if he can break free as this game goes on. And then finally we have Nick.
Hi, I'm Nick, and today I will be playing Jason West, aka Cannon. He was a soldier and who got recruited into the Commando Corps, and through some experimentation and augmentation, I guess, because he originally had the abilities of energy blasts, but with his sort of the experimentations through in the the core, he now has these sort of metal gauntlet-like augmentations to his hand to sort of help him control the energy that he can produce. So, and then he used that to help the core, quote unquote.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Fight crime.
Yeah. He was eventually stationed in Colombia and sort of tasked with sort of being in charge of the drug runs in that area. He sort of wasn't entirely okay with that, but it was like orders are orders, so I'll do it. So he once the Corps was disbanded, he was like, I'm gonna see if I can do this one more time, and tried one more run and got caught.
Ooh,
So,
man, one last job
yep.
went wrong. So is the 1990s. Government has changed back a little. Superheroes are back in. Commando Corps is out. This is a part of American history we don't talk about anymore. And now, Cemetery Coast Super Security Prison is full of villains, including you guys. So you're all in general pop. Your whatever equipment you use for your powers, like your arm cannons and your suit, has been taken away.
They at least allow me to paint, right?
Oh yeah, they got a little. You can paint a little bit in the yard, but no evil plans. They're very clear on that. You are also wearing the security collars that will shock you if you try and escape. So those things are stuck on you. After what happened a few years ago, when a hero or villain, Sister Midnight, who had like time powers, was able to escape from her collar and then let a mass breakout and some mass death. They're very careful about these collars now. These things are not coming off unless they want them to. But all of you get a special appointment in the office of Warden Graves, who was the warden during the breakout in the 80s. So you all are brought up by the guards, escorted in. You enter his office. An expansive wood paneled, lots of bookshelves, very fancy looking. And there, behind in a leather back chair on his desk, is Warden Graves. However, Sister Midnight ended up giving him endless orgasms until he starved to death during the breakout. Yeah, you watched that episode. Things got buck wild in Cemetery Coast last time. Warden Graves has changed. It is now only his head in a jar, built like now on a bunch of pillows, just kind of sitting there. This sort of balding, pudgy, severed head floating in this jar with glasses, watching you as you come in.
He's not still having orgasms, is he?
No, that's why the whole entire lower body had to be removed.
Okay.
They only saved his head. There's someone else who is familiar to maybe some of you as players. It is Venus, the plant alien seductress, who is now working for the Society of Sentinels as kind of the point person for this program. So, you guys are brought in. Warden Graves says, hello there?
Sir?
Oh, always good to meet a polite inmate. I hope you've all been enjoying the hospitality we offer here at Cemetery Coast.
As well as we can, dear Warden. I mean, can't really say anything bad about it.
I know we appreciate the Crayolas we've been giving you.
Much appreciated. I've been able to paint so many lovely things.
I'm sure you have. And I think, don't we keep the spritzers, the misters going for you, Moss?
They're absolutely divine.
Well, how would you like early release?
Why?
What do you mean, sir?
Venus says, you would be entered into a special program we're creating called Task Force Tombstone. There are certain jobs that superheroes cannot be seen participating in.
Do we
Some-
get to steal anything?
Well, sometimes they will require theft. In this case, it's bodyguard work.
And
Well, that was very good. I didn't even say we get you in return. But Venus says, Yes, and in return, we can offer you your freedom. As long as you keep working for Task Force Tombstone, we'll shave years, decades off your prison sentences.
And how long would we be working for Task Force Tombstone?
And Ordengrave says, well, Mr. Artifix, I think it would be kind of as long as we want you to, but I'm not sure if you really have much of a choice right now.
So, dear Warden, isn't that just trading one prison for another?
Perhaps, but at least now you got a chance of early release. Venus says, I'll put in a good word for you. We can make something happen.
Well, at least
Guess it works out.
I can make up for what I did in the core.
Exactly. This is a chance to do some good. So with that, they pull, Venus presses a button, one of these wood-paneled walls opens up, and all of your gear is waiting there for you.
It's been there the whole time.
Warden Graves is like, we moved in this morning. I mean, not me, obviously. I have no hands or lower body at all.
Of course.
It's
Yes.
a good look for humans.
Thanks, I appreciate it. Anyway, so load up, but don't get too cocky. These stay on. Wait, I can't point. I have no hands. Your shock collars stay on. And if you deviate from the program or attempt to escape, each one has been fitted with a small explosive device. And your heads will be removed from your bodies. And trust me, it won't be like me where we put you in a jar afterwards and keep you alive in some kind of mockery of life. You'll just be super dead. Venus says, yes, so don't be naughty. Now, suit up, and I'll tell you what the mission is. So you guys put your various equipment back on. I know you have your arm cans, you have your suit.
I think she just kind of stands there like, got it.
Yeah, I mean, you're transformed, so you are the weapon, pretty much.
Got it.
Does Mr. Artifacts have any, cool tools or
Oh,
gadgets?
yes. High-tech painting supplies.
Oh, whoa.
Plus, I get to hold up to 2 gadgets, I think.
Oh,
Always
nice.
prepared.
Yes. Yes, that is one of the moves that the brain gets, I think. Yes.
Always prepared.
All right, so as you guys are loading up Task Force Tombstone, or not, loading up, getting ready for Task Force Tombstone, Warden Graves says, all right, Task Force Tombstone, you're the worst of the worst. Time for you to do some good. Your mission today is babysitting. And this is where the record scratch will come
Babysitting.
Exactly. He reaches over with his head, presses a button on the desk, and an image appears. It is of a little boy, gorilla. I'm not sure how gorilla's age, but he's maybe 8 or 9, human equivalent. He is one of the, talking intelligent gorillas that populate this world. And he's wearing a polo shirt and khaki pants there, and with a little baseball cap on.
Sir, I don't mean to speak out of turn, but this seems a little out of sorts for our life, for our abilities.
Well, trust me, I don't like it any more than you do, but you're babysitting this little guy. His name is Cullen Khan. He is the grandson of Katie Khan, the notorious gorilla crime boss who was once imprisoned in this very facility until she escaped, along with Sister Midnight and so many others. I still carry a torch for Sister Midnight. Anyway, Katie Khan went back to running a global empire of simian crime. But this is our chance to finally bring her down. You see, her son, Kenneth Khan, has agreed to testify in return for his family's safety and for immunity. The problem is, Kenneth, as the son of Katie Khan, knows all sorts of horrible things. Right now, we got him in a secure location, but Colin Kong is home alone. And every supervillain, every gangster, every crime lord in the world might be going for him. Because if they get Colin Kong, they can hold the little guy hostage, force his father to stop snitching. We can't allow that. You're going to Pleasant Plains, outside of Sentinel City. It's kind of a nice suburb. We're going to airdrop you in to the house. Colin Kong's there. He's been alone for a little bit there. You're going to take care of him and keep him safe until we can move him to a secure location as well. So be vigilant, protect him, and keep him happy.
Very well, sir.
All right. Venus says, any other questions?
No, ma'am.
Does this child have any powers we should be aware of?
He's a gorilla.
He can talk. It's not an obnoxious question.
No, that's a fair point. I don't believe he has any superpowers, as far as we know them. Power of speech is shared by all the gorillas and simians in his family. He's part of this ape community that dates back to the 1950s, a result of various experiments gone wrong. Look, there's all kinds of weird talking animal stuff, though. It's been like 40 years they've been around, so maybe it's not that weird.
I wonder,
Artifacts.
could I use psychology to try and get them to answer a couple of questions, like everybody in the room?
Sure. I believe that's a brain move. Lets you get like a special bonus. When you use
Scientific insight. You have achieved mastery over a field of science and technology. Name it. Psychology. Whenever you assess the situation in your field of studies directly relevant, you may ask a single follow-up question.
Alright, so let's roll. Assess the situation.
That is a 13.
Dang. Alright, so you get to ask 2 questions and a follow-up question to one of them. So what are your questions?
Okay, what here can I use to convince him to give us the code to unlock these collars?
Ooh. He probably won't do that. You gotta get him to, like, trust you, which would mean, like, really knowing this guy. And he's kind of shunning you out the door. He's sending you off on your mission. So that might be... I don't know if that's the right tree to bark up.
Well, long game it is.
Yeah, definitely a long game for this. And Venus is, like, ushering you out to go to the dropship.
So what would be the biggest threat we are facing in, babysitting this kid?
I mean, in general, yeah, it's like all the various crime groups that want to kidnap him / murder him. And you as well, because you're getting in between them. So, you're not but as you're leaving, though, you do notice Warden Graves seems like maybe something's up. Like, he's not 100% behind this. Or maybe he's like, he doth protest too much. He wants you to go a little too soon.
Ah. So the last thing, what is he hiding?
Well, I'll remind you of this. Warden Graves was like super crooked when he ran, and he ran a very crooked prison during the 80s. Now, he did orgasm for like a week until he starved to death. That changes a man, but who knows what he's really planning. But he's definitely not a trustworthy upholder of law and order. Alright, so you pile into this dropship, it zooms out from Cemetery Coast. You fly over Sentinel City, zoom past the skyscrapers, and head to Pleasant Plains, which is large set of sprawling suburbs. Lots of kind of identical McMansions all placed together. You head towards one of them, just this nice suburban white picket fence house, looks like any other. And you are airdropped, plop down in the front lawn. And the door creaks open, and you can see Colin Kong inside, like, excitedly waving at you.
Oh boy.
I think Moss is like super against the government, super down with chilling with monkeys. Like, so excited about this.
Ooh, cool.
Which you wouldn't be able to tell because her face is literally just a piece of wood.
Well, maybe you
But I
can't tell
promise
that.
she's excited.
Alright, so Colin is like, oh, you guys are here. You're my, like, school supervillain task force tombstone babysitters. That rules. Come in.
As soon as I go in, I fade into a corner so that no one can find me.
Whoa, where'd you go?
He just does that sometimes.
Aw.
Don't hold it against him.
Okay. So you're kind of in the foyer there. He's very excited about your arrival there. And you're like a cool soldier with like arm cannons like Mega Man?
Sure. Kid.
Are those like Mega Man cannons?
Tell him they're like Mega Man cannons.
Can you shoot something?
I wouldn't advise a kid.
Okay, well, my parents aren't here. I can say that I did it, so you won't get in trouble. It's all right.
Pretty sure your parents would know.
Okay, yeah, that's probably true.
So, if he's going to continue to do this, I'm actually like systematically going through every room, and like using all the training that I have in sort of like making sure that everything is okay and everything is fine.
All right, why don't you roll soldier for this? This is a special label that only the soldier gets.
Yep.
Which is when you like use your soldier training, which I think this is definitely doing that.
That is a 10.
Nice.
Nice. Okay, so you do it. House looks pretty secure. It's like 2 stories. There's, his parents' bedroom, his bedroom. He's an only child. Like a rec room, a man cave on the second floor, and there's like a living room, kind of office area, and a kitchen. However, in the kitchen, he's been trying to cook, and it is real bad. There's like he's got like the stove on. It's like in fact, the stove is about to like set fire to one of the curtains. There's just stuff taken out all over, and as soon as you go in there, he like bounces and he's like, "Oh, I was gonna cook you guys dinner or lunch. I made all these like banana fritters for you. I was trying to cook and I was like following the recipe. I think things are going wrong." And as he's saying this, the stove, bursts open and fire comes out about to consume him.
Oh, no.
Uh-huh.
I would think that she would like kind of grab him. Can she just pull him away? Like
Yes.
Well, I mean, she's not going to go near the fire. That's like the one thing she's not about.
Ooh, good point. So let's have you roll defend to protect him.
Alrighty then. That is a 6.
Okay, just a 6 won't do it.
Defend.
But you add
plus
your
savior.
yes, you add your plus savior.
Which is 0.
Uh-oh.
Ba-dum-bum.
Oh,
All right, you try and save him. Yeah, you get to mark potential. This is how you level up by failing.
Nice.
Failure is good,
Failure is good. It's how you level up.
except in this situation.
I imagine she's so freaked out by the fire. She's like,
Yeah, so she hesitates, and some of the flame kind of hits the back of his shirt there.
oh.
So, someone else gonna do it.
I try to, I guess, come out of nowhere because no one saw where I was, and use my mobility to sort of grab both and I guess get them to the floor as fast as possible, like a drop, stop, drop, and roll kind of deal because I saw fire.
Okay.
Sure, right?
Yes. All right. So why don't you roll defend for him?
Wow.
Oh boy.
Oh man, are you guys gonna let a little boy burn to death in this episode? So what happens?
I'm the Janice. I have like almost 0. Like
I got 2.
So many zeros.
Oh, I got 2 as well.
All right. His shirt is
So
on
we
fire,
gotta
and some of
see.
his fur is starting to
Yeah.
burn now.
Yeah.
He's freaking out.
All right. I'm gonna see if there's any sort of like container that I can like get some water into and.
Yeah. There's a jug of water in the fridge.
Okay. Go for it and just.
All right. Let's have you roll defend.
Oh,
Okay.
definitely.
Okay.
It's 13.
All right. He is
Thank
put
you for
out.
saving all of us.
Alright, the fire is put out.
Fire is put out. His shirt's a little charred. He'll have to change. His fur is singed, and he's a little bit hurt from that. But nothing. Some lotion won't fix. However, because he's a little kid who is hurt, he is just screaming and wailing and so much.
Dear.
Very sad and frightened. Maybe not so much the injury, but just the surprise of it.
All right.
And he's like, I was just trying to cook. My dad and mom are gone. I was trying to do something. Maybe I couldn't. I don't know. I was trying so hard and I couldn't do it.
While he's doing that, I'm turning off the stove.
Yeah, there was like a lot of gas on. It was a disaster. It was a danger zone for sure.
I checked the
Blend.
freezer for an ice pop to try to comfort and support him.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay, yes. You find a nice ice pack in there. Working with young kids, ice packs are very necessary. Big fan of the ice packs. So let's have you roll comfort and support.
That'll do. Yeah, that's a 10.
Oh yeah, and your
Nice.
mundane is ridiculous.
Yeah, plus 3.
Okay.
That's a 10.
Oh, before I forget,
Yes.
Cannon, you get +1 to Colin, Con.
Nice.
And Dallas, you also get +1 to Colin, Con. Or Blend, I get. Gotta use superhero names only, or supervillain names.
identity's been revealed.
Exactly. For comforting him. What do you say to him to make him feel better as you give him the ice pack?
Don't feel so bad. This ought to make it feel all better.
Thank you, Mr. Blend. And he kind
Maybe
of puts it
cooking.
on and sets down a bit.
Maybe cooking isn't your strong suit.
Well, this was kind of my first time.
Yeah. And first time nearly burned the house down, but not blaming you. Happens to everyone. But maybe you can explore some other artistic pursuits.
Oh,
Say, painting.
huh.
Do you like painting?
Well, a little bit. Why don't you roll provoke so you can get him to paint?
5, 10,
Called
13.
Inspire.
Well, no, 12.
Whoa! All right. Well, that's still really good. So with a 12, he's definitely going to do it.
Nice job.
You get to.
Friends, they rise to the bait and do what I want.
Yes. In fact, I'm gonna say in addition to that, you also get +1 influence to him.
Nice.
Yeah, this kid is just getting influenced by all these villains. What could go wrong? So he's like, "Oh, okay, we could paint. Well, let me see what supplies I have in my room."
Don't worry about it. I have everything you need right here.
Oh, cool.
In fact, I have something you can paint for me. Right in front of the house.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. It will be fine.
So what are you doing here?
I'm going to set up a defense in front of the house. Like a subliminal painting that makes anyone who sees it just stay put, paralyzed.
Nice. All right, let's have you roll unleash your powers for this. Unless is there a special brain thing?
Yeah, I can use a gadget.
Oh, yeah, okay. I know the gadgets don't have like that much. You get like hold 2, I think.
I'll hold 2 until I resupply.
All right. Well, you're not gonna be able to resupply for a little bit though. Maybe you could find.
Maybe.
Can't be that hard to find art supplies, so maybe.
So that's a 4 and a 2 plus a 2 superior.
Gadget.
So that's an 8 plus influence 9. Yeah, 9.
Okay. So he goes out and starts painting this weird. What does it look like? This strange painting he's making on the front lawn.
Well, it looks like a peaceful landscape, trees everywhere, river flowing through. But also in the little corner, you might see something similar to Slender Man.
So he's working on that. And he's like, "Well, this is a nice painting. That thing over there is a little scary, though."
Don't worry about it. It's not for you.
Okay.
While this is happening, I imagine my character's not super pleased that they were outside. She's already kind of freaked out. Is it okay that she assesses the situation to see if she can feel anyone coming from a long time, like from far away? Like, assuming there's a lot of trees or something along this area, she'd really like to try and...
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely kind of a tree-lined street. There's other lots of vegetation around, front lawns.
Nice.
People are very concerned about their lawns. So let's have you roll
assess
the situation.
Awesome. I got a 7 plus nothing.
Oh, yeah, the transform is not good at everything.
Yeah.
One question.
Would I be able to use Freak on that, or do I have to use Superior?
Let's use superior, I think.
Then it's definitely a 7.
Mm-hmm. All right, that's still okay. You can ask one question here from the list.
What here is the greatest, or actually, what here is the biggest threat? So when I'm kind of like vibrating into the trees around me, like what do I hear that I could potentially be like, hey, there's something coming?
Okay.
If anything.
Yeah, so far looks pretty good. I'm gonna say the biggest threat so far is you see there is a car kind of rumbling down the street. Doesn't look. It is headed for your house. Doesn't look too threatening, but it kind of like pulls up right over to the curb and opens up, and 2 individuals get out. One of them is a kind of middle-aged suburban dad, sort of like salt and pepper, spiky hair, wearing like a cardigan and a collared shirt, human. And then a girl who appears to be his daughter, who is kind of the same, not quite salt and pepper, but like very blonde, almost white hair. Pops out as well. And she's like, "Hello, Colin!" And Colin says, "Wendy, hello, hello!" And the father comes over and looks over at you, and he's like, "Oh my, I didn't realize a strange new tree had grown here in the neighborhood."
It hasn't. I think she says, kind of offended, and kind of like, I don't know, like shimmies or leaves a little bit at him, which I actually think... yeah, I guess there's a move called Not Human Enough, which, no, I don't think I'd use that one right now.
Okay.
It definitely doesn't feel super great.
Yeah, I mean, you don't really like to be called out for being the fantastic tree you are by this guy. And Colin's like, "No, it's okay. They're like these supervillains that have been hired to protect me. It's really cool. And this is like, her name is Moss. And she's like a super cool like tree woman warrior."
She's like, "Thank you. Are these your friends?" And she kind of says it with a really angry, like, friends?
He's like, "Yeah, Wendy's in my class over at the elementary school down the way there."
Ah, she looks like she's in elementary school.
Mm-hmm. And this is her dad, and their father's like, Abel Minty, pleased to meet you. I don't know if should I shake your branch?
No, you shouldn't. She just kind of nods her head at him,
All
kind of
right.
like maybe shrinks back towards Colin, perhaps.
I mean, especially after that little remark.
Yeah, we'll not do it then. Anyhow, look, I don't really know what Colin's situation is here, but it's my daughter's birthday, and we'd kind of arranged that Colin's gonna go over to her birthday party. I pulled out all the stops for this, and we got like our whole classes there. And
Sir, we were not informed of this.
were you in the front yard too, or you just like kind of appear out of like the hedge?
No, I was sort of I was in sort of like the front like porch area, sort of observing, obviously.
Oh, sure, okay.
Yeah.
You're like
So
not informed.
I stepped up and sort of like.
You were not informed. Okay, well look, I'm sorry. I mean, I told his dad about it. We like called or talked about it when I was picking him up. This is the day. It's my little girl's birthday. She wants her whole class there. Colin's like, can I go? Please, let me go, please. Come on, it'll be okay. Just. And Abel's like, yeah, it's just kind of a few blocks over. It's not too far away, and it's for a couple hours.
Do you mind if we visit your house before we head over there?
He's thinking about it. He's like, do I want to let a weird tree
Sir,
come to my house?
moss is not necessary for this. I can observe your house and see that everything is clear.
Do I want to let a weird guy with gun arms into my house?
Sir, I was a soldier.
Uh-huh.
Why don't you just have the party here? I mean, it's a big enough house.
Well, look. I got a cake, pinata, clown. I spared no expense. I'm not moving it over here to this house.
Yes, but have you seen the painting over here?
Ooh, interesting painting. Let's have you roll provoke.
Actually,
For
can I
something-
somehow invoke my authority over him using soldier?
Maybe.
Like a symbol of authority move?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
As sort of like we were tasked with protecting this man. It would, as per our orders, we are to make sure that he is safe.
Okay. I'll let you roll it, but it's got to be really high.
Okay.
Because, like,
12.
12? Okay.
That's really high.
Like,
All right. In the 90s, like, our military, because it was like Desert Storm, I guess, but like in movies and TV and stuff, the military is kind of like a laughing matter in the 90s. Very, very weird if you watch stuff from that era, and it's always this. It's like, you know, Bill Murray in Stripes. Like, it's just it's the respect our troops thing wasn't really a thing back then, I guess, or it was okay. It was okay to laugh at them because there was no like actual big wars to fight. But with a 10, he's like, I suppose it can't hurt. All right, you can come over and give it a look around.
Thank you, sir.
all right. And
What about the rest of you? You gonna take Colin there? And Colin is like kind of grabbing your arm and like swinging back and forth, going like, please.
let's see what's there before we go. But if it looks safe, we can take you.
Okay.
Are you around at all?
I've been on the couch. You can't even tell.
Just watching Full House or whatever.
Full House 2: The Reckoning.
All right, so
So do we have his address?
yeah, because he's taking.
Oh, so he's just going over there.
So before we leave him,
It's not too. It's like maybe 2 or 3 blocks over.
Cool. Yeah.
Okay.
My hope was to get the address and then ask if you would go with him, just like
I was actually
sneak
going
around
to be like, Blend, I need you to be in the shadows and make sure that and just double back with all of my doings. Sorry, it sounded more
So-
eloquent in my head.
2 and 2 is what you're thinking, or are we all going?
Well, the father seems very wary of Moss, so it might be best if she sort of stays back.
Colin like pops up between you and is like, Moss can go. It's okay, or I can stay with her, or maybe I could go with you and help scope it out.
I would feel better if you stayed here for a little bit. We will come back for you.
Okay.
Agreed.
It's alright. I mean, you're not done with your painting anyways.
Oh, that's true. And I want to draw pictures of you guys in there too.
Yeah, go ahead. Just draw them all around the house. Make sure to get the fine details, right?
Okay.
I do have a lot of vines.
All right, and he'll go over and work on those. So who's going to the Minty house?
Them two. You guys are clear.
On
Okay.
entertainment.
Yeah, Full House is on.
Oh yeah, full house.
Maybe some step by step.
Good character study. I always wondered what was their deal.
All right.
So you head over to the Minty house. It is another kind of identical McMansion-looking thing. Just two stories, and then right now all the action's in the backyard, where they got a pinata up. They have a few tables.
I'm already
There.
in the bush.
You just zoom right in the bush. I know you unleash your powers for that to try and stay hidden, Glenn.
At least my power is not going to be that great for me. That's a freak, right?
Yes.
Bye.
Oh yeah, but you as you awkwardly try and slip into a bush.
The genus is only good status mundane, I think.
Yeah. Yeah,
why it's fun.
they're good at blending into crowds when they're not in costume.
Try that next.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, as you are doing this, Wendy just walks over and is like, "What are you doing?"
I'm practicing for a play. Do I look like Bush?
Maybe. I don't. Why would they make you be a bush in a play?
It's for the entertainment later. I heard there was a clown.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. He's over there. And by the way, on your way, you do see the clown's kind of big party van parked out front.
Oh, I'm totally checking that out.
Yeah, in the party right now, there is the clown as well. There is also a whole bunch of dinosaur toys. These kind of colorful looking dinosaurs kind of seated a bit further back.
All right.
And there's a pinata that Minty is hanging up there in the trees.
So yeah.
You want to check out the clown's car?
Basically just doing a once over of everything, making sure, obviously, paying closer attention to both the van and the.
Okay, the clown himself, he's kind of
dinosaurs.
around his van actually. Okay,
Oh.
why don't you give me or maybe I'll say this: as you approach the van, the clown is there, kind of just coming out, getting his balloon animals ready. He is a very tall, thin individual with a big conical hat ending in a huge, big red pom pom, and he has red pom poms down his chest, and you got the clown face paint on and everything.
Monster.
Oh, whoa.
True villain.
You don't even know. And he's like, "This. I hate this clown. It's all your fault, Stephen King." So as soon as he sees you arrive, he's like, "Hello.
So you're the clown.
Yes, I am Petrushka. I bring merriment and joy through faces of children everywhere.
Well,
You want balloon animal? I make you balloon animal."
no, I've actually been tasked to keep Colin safe. So
Colin.
Colin calm.
Hmm.
So if you don't mind, I would like to inspect your van.
He's a little wary about that. He's like, I do not think so. Secrets of the trade, yes? No outsiders. You don't go to clown college, you can't look in my van.
Sir, I assure you, in order to assure the safety of not only Colin but all of the kids here, I need to inspect your van, and I'm going to use
The soldier? Okay.
Yeah. Oh no. 6.
Alright, yeah,
potential.
mark potential, it backfires.
Oh yeah.
He's like, you were American soldier, yes?
Yes.
Commando Corps?
Unfortunately.
And you can see a light of recognition in his eyes. And he's like,
What do you know about the Commando Corps?
Oh, I heard all about them. Maybe even in the past we met. Let me say, our side lost, But Commando Corps lost too, eh? And now look at us. You, bodyguard little gorilla boy. I entertain children at birthday. Which has us worse? Who can say? Anyway, move aside. Petrushka must go perform.
Very well.
And Petrushka mounts his way inside.
As soon as I'm done, like, inspecting the rest of the house, I'm going to keep a close eye on that den.
Okay.
So, actually, could I do a one of my moves, which is before we get started, which is when I have time to closely observe your opposition before a fight.
Yeah.
I roll plus lead here. So, 11. So on a 10
Dang.
plus, hold 3, and then during the fight I can spend my hold and name a character I observed and do these things.
Oh,
So-
cool. Okay, so you observe Petrushka
Yeah.
with that? Alright, got it. Okay, so Blend, meanwhile, you're there in the party. And then we'll get back to you guys, because Colin's going to that party. So, Blend, you doing anything amongst the pinata, the dinosaur decorations, and all the various kids running around? Actually, before you can do anything else, Wendy has gathered some of her friends together and is like, time for the show!
Is there any way I could have walked away while she went to get her friend?
Nope. In fact, they start chanting, show, show, show!
Well, you want a show, I'll give you a show.
Yay!
As I do this, I am like always slightly sidestepping. Okay. So this is the story of the the bush that was no more. And as I,
Wendy's like, is this a sad story?
unfortunately, it's a very sad story.
Aww.
Yes, you see, people did not take care of the bushes very well.
Aww.
And as they did not take care of the bushes very well, they receded and receded until they were... Where's the nearest bush?
There's a bush behind you.
Okay, until they were no more.
Alright, roll unleash your power disappearing into this bush.
Oh no.
But
You can mark potential. Alright, we'll say you are trapped there trying to get to a bush. The kids are entranced, but more confused. So meanwhile,
Freeform, amazing art.
yes, it's like a interesting performance art. Probably going over the heads of
man.
some of the kids there. So, you guys have been... You're watching Colin do the art. But then as you're looking at a portion of it that he finished, and he made a picture of all four of you guys standing around Colin with like best friends and Colin with all big smiles, looking very happy. Then you hear his bicycle bell ringing, and he zooms off on his bicycle, which got is a special extra low seat, or maybe it's got two sets of pedals so he can work his hands and his prehensile feet. And he zooms away down the street and is like, I'm going to Wendy's birthday party, you can come too. I'm sure there's lots of cake, goodbye! And he flies and zooms over there.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah, can I use Unleash My Powers and, like, make the ground go up without hurting him?
Well, let's see how
Like-
well you do. But
Yeah.
okay, sure.
Hold the phone. I gotta do some basic math.
Yes. Yeah, I think it's you add plus freak from these powers.
10.
Nice.
Okay, yeah, you make like a bunch of weird cracks in the street, and he leaves his bicycle and like slides out as kind of stuck to it.
Yeah.
So he's not able to proceed too much more, but he's still excitedly pedaling, trying to get away with it.
I think at that point Moss is just like, as long as our friends come back, we'll go to the party, I promise. Soon. And she doesn't let him move.
Is it now? Is soon now?
No.
What about now?
No.
How long?
How long until they get back, unfortunately?
When are they coming back?
Do we have
We don't know.
communicators?
Yeah, you got a little...
Okay.
I can always give them a call.
Call them, please!
All right.
Are they answering?
Ring.
What about now? He's like bouncing around. Now?
He's making a phone call.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello, it's Colin.
Glenn. Colin wants to know when you are getting back.
Mr. Cannon, you coming back?
Please,
He's like on your arm, hanging up there.
please answer them.
You
Still
picking up?
inspecting the broom.
Okay. So, as I was saying. yes, they're coming back. Yes, the bushes are coming back. That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. The bushes are coming back.
He says the bushes are coming back.
What does that mean? What are the bushes?
Boss is fucking stoked. Yes, finally, they're getting revenge.
But it's up to you to take care of them.
And it's up to you to take care of them.
She's into this. More story.
All right.
So do you guys return?
Basically, I'm taking a look at. I'm going to closely inspect the dinosaurs because I'm sure I've had sort of experience with electronics gone wrong.
Oh, for sure.
So, would that be sort of like an assess the situation or kind of a
Yeah, give me a situation focused on the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Nice.
Damn. 12.
Okay, you can ask
There's
2 questions about the dinosaurs.
All right. I guess what here can I use to make sure that they're not threatening?
Okay. I will say you can kind of like move them out of the way.
Okay.
There's sort of like a kind of a alley off to the side of their house, where more hedges are, kind of close to where Blend is doing his great performance for the kids.
Act 4 going on right about now.
Yeah, they're entranced, very confused.
All
You
right.
can just pick them up and move them back there.
Okay.
You have
They'll be out of the way.
All right.
interpret.
So one more question. You can hold it if you want to ask it a little later.
Yeah, I can. I think since I'm just focusing on the dinosaurs, I can't really
Yeah.
think of anything. Although, can I sort of use it to sort of like as I'm sort of moving the dinosaurs to sort of check out the rest of the area and sort of see what is. Let's go with what here's the biggest threat.
Okay. Well, right now nothing seems too threatening, but you can tell us something about the clown.
Okay.
Right now, Petruska's getting his balloon animals machine set up, and there's something he's like, "Oh, I hate this clown."
I hate that guy.
There's something about like both kind of the wariness, like there's no clownish joy, but also like you can tell he's like, if you didn't know already from his comments, he's like definitely ex-military. Like he's setting it up with like the precision of a soldier preparing for war.
Bloodlust going on.
Like most clowns. The bloodlust.
So.
Can we radio and ask them, like, should we just come over? Because I think that
That's
she,
actually,
like...
yeah. So basically, as soon as I'm done with the dinosaurs, I will radio and be like, "Bring him in.
Yay!
I need to keep a close."
Thank you.
on this
He is still
here.
working his bike trying to get over there.
All right, she, like... I think she might just, like, use the trees to, like, put him in her hands and, like, walk him over there. Would he allow her to do that?
Can you not? This is really embarrassing.
Like, put him on her shoulders like, it's a
Moss!
game!
Moss!
That's a good idea.
Give me a provoke to try and if you can make this look cool.
Oh, goodness.
This is so lame. Oh.
6, 7, 8, and then what else do I add to
You
my
add superior.
which I think is a 0, so...
Do you have influence over him, or is that just me?
I have an 8.
Okay, well I will say this. He won't let you do it, but you will get plus one influence.
Okay.
He realizes that like you do care for him, but he's not going to let you carry him around. He's like, I'm not a baby.
Just like,
I can walk. Thank you.
Fine.
Right.
Just like thinking about buying one of those leashes for the
No,
kid.
I didn't know.
Before we leave, I'm going to take a picture of the paintings.
Okay, so you have a little camera amongst your gear you brought, so you can snap and get some photos there.
Yeah, I don't know if that counts as resupplying, but the way I'm using them, might as well.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. So I'll say that works because you use very paint-based gadgets. All right, so all of you arrive over at birthday. Colin says thank you. Before he's going in, he's like, he kind of gets you all together, or he meets you all outside in the backyard. And he's like, I've always been, it's been a little different for me, because of what my dad does, and what my grandma does, and I love them, and they're really nice, but I'm always a little bit different from everybody else. So it's good that I get to be here with everybody in this party. So thank you for letting me come.
I'm watching that clown like a hawk.
Is there something wrong with the clown? Why do you keep staring at him?
He seems
The
to
clown
be...
is like, you wave.
Okay, now I see
had
why.
a check. He's definitely ex-military.
Ex-military and a clown. Huh. Pulling on hard times, hasn't he?
Moss is totally ignoring both of you and just oh my god, I feel different too. She does not say that, but heart watch. I guess she maybe escorts him through. I think she's probably gonna just kind of follow him and probably tells you guys hey, wherever he goes, I'm just gonna be with him.
Good.
So
we need somebody with him all the time.
All right, so
tracking Mud into the house.
yeah, Abel Minty not super happy.
Glenn's just telling a story.
Yeah, they're watching. What part of you? What
wait,
part
I
of the?
thought as I got there, okay, all right.
What part of? Well, as soon as you show back up, they're like. So Wendy's like, so what happens next? They want the next part of the saga of the bushes.
And as they arrive, can that be and then the big bush? No, the ruler of them all.
I guess.
Yes, I need a distraction.
Okay, why don't you do Unleash Your Powers for this distraction?
That's better.
No?
No?
6.
All right,
that's
more
right.
potential.
That's right.
You're still stuck doing the show.
Is there any way to help him?
Oh, okay.
I'll say, because I was kind of listening in, right? I was like, oh my god, you were talking about trees, and I think Moss is
Yeah.
Colin, sit down, I'm gonna teach you guys something. And I think she's probably just gonna go on a diatribe to maybe bore them, maybe also educate them about helping the environment and how
Sure.
the government destroys the environment, maybe.
That's
Totally.
cool. Yeah, teach him to recycle. Okay.
So what would I use for that?
Which one of these stats really applies to teaching kids valuable lessons about the environment? Let's go with maybe mundane, or actually maybe I'll let you make a case. What do you think you would use for that? I would say mundane, but if you have another idea, I'm okay with that too.
I kind of feel like if I would like to roll freak just because obviously that's what I am, but just to be the you get so much stronger when you trust the environment and when you know about the world around you. It can make such a difference. See the impact it's made on me? This is the impact we can make on the world, and as long as we work together as a team, we can make sure that no one ever gets hurt again by anyone.
Whoa! All right, well maybe let's
Which is true as long as
I will do
don't
plus
hurt the
freak.
environment.
Yeah,
And
I
she's
like this. Maybe get a little too into it. But let's see
Oh
what
yeah, no,
happens
she's
there.
growing flowers and shit. This is my world, and I fucked it up.
Oh no! So what?
I did a 6, so I just
Okay.
Venus flytraps everywhere.
Yeah, it is real bad. A whole bunch of Venus flytraps start ripping out from the ground and about to start biting into these terrified children who are all going to grow up to be polluters.
Did he run away at least?
No, they are in trance.
Damn it.
They are in big danger. So what do you guys do?
Oh boy.
Whoopsie
All right,
daisy, I tried, guys.
This might
such
be
a
the
bad
time
roller.
to break out the sidekick.
Oh, okay, cool. What is your sidekick?
Go for it.
Right, so I'm gonna take something off my wrist, throw it in the air, and it folds out into this flying robotic crab.
What?
My painting assistant.
No.
Is this like a Bob Ross and a giant crab or something?
Yes, his name is Pinchy.
Ooh, all right. So what does Pinchy do?
He burns down the plants, saving these kids.
Okay, let's have Pinchy roll directly engage.
Or could it be savior?
Yeah, okay, I'll say that one because your goal is to protect the kids, not so much to hurt the plants.
And that is a 14.
Nice.
Whoa.
Nice.
All right.
Defend.
Doctor.
So you can. I mean, with that, you don't have any conditions, so you're okay there. I'm gonna say you get +1 to Wendy Minty in the future. Yeah, because she was super impressed, along with a whole bunch of other friends that you saved them. Maybe some parents too, but I'll just put Wendy for now in there.
Have a horde of children at your disposal.
Yeah, they all as you kind of put the fire onto the Venus flytraps, the kids run away and are quickly saved. They're freaking out a bit. Abel comes out and gives you a glare. You be the one he's glaring at.
See the tree again.
He's like, oh, that tree. I know I never should have let. This is a dangerous tree, and he's like, okay, why don't you guys do the pinata now? Go knock that pinata down. However, it was not lowered, so it's all kind of out of reach of the kids. But Colin is like, it's okay, I can climb trees. He races over to the bottom of the tree and starts climbing all the way up to the top of this very precarious branch, rushes over to the pinata, and starts kind of batting at it with his paws. And you can tell this branch is like dangerous and creaking and might indeed fall down under his weight there. As he heedlessly ran up to get the pinata.
Can I try to unleash my powers to stop the tree from falling down if it's a limb, any sort of wood?
Sure, yes, that would make sense, using your plant powers to strengthen this branch.
I'll holster that branch.
God damn it, it's another 6! Okay, some mark potential. It's alright, you're probably going to level up pretty soon.
Yeah,
That
I'll
should
just
be-
always level up. 'Cause
Yeah,
I'm a really
no.
bad roller.
That's cool. Alright, so the branch
Yeah, it should be
falls,
a
the branch
really
breaks, Colin and the pinata are falling down.
Yeah.
Colin's very scared. What do you guys
We'll
do?
try and catch him.
Okay.
Nope.
Crap.
Okay.
Who else
So you
is
are
there?
potential. Here's what happens. Colin and the pinata are falling down. Suddenly, this gust of wind blows under Colin, and he safely lands on the ground. And he is very surprised by this. Everybody's pretty surprised, except for, and I'm going to say, Blend, you noticed this because you were like kind of hidden and observing everybody. Wendy, her eyes were kind of glowing a bit and her hair was waving, so like she was doing it. But then this pinata, Colin's like, what happened? And he holds up the pinata and he's like, this pinata, it's ticking.
Son, get away from that.
Okay. He starts to like drop it and move away, but you can tell it might not be fast enough.
Oh dear.
Oh my god. Okay, so can we defend something I can't tell. I can't tell if I want to like make a wall of vines or something to try and like maybe actually I think that's what I'm gonna try.
That's a
and do.
good idea.
I'm
That
going
would be
to
unleash your powers.
for the love of Jesus.
Let's see if it works.
Hey.
There you go.
Not the
10?
Yeah,
Oh, that's
that'll
very
do it.
good. Yeah, yeah.
That'll definitely do it.
Maybe your bad luck is over.
Finally.
And yes, you succeed, making a nice wall of vegetation rears up. What does it look like exactly?
So I think I both bring all of the vegetation up and kind of try and like all the roots like pull the ground underneath. So I'm almost like pulling it into like a very small hole and covering it with everything underneath. So it almost looks like a sphere mound, obviously very, very unhappy looking. And the fallen tree branch, I try and like split it into splinters and like bury it into all the grass bits and do my best to fortify that ish.
Okay, that holds up. The pinata explodes. It was not filled with delicious candy, but with explosives. However, your wall catches it. The wall is gone, and Colin is like knocked over and rolls, but he is okay. Maybe he's a little banged up, very terrified by this. Everyone's freaking out a bit. Suddenly, Petrushka, that clown, this is when he makes his move.
Of course.
Okay.
He snaps his fingers, and all these balloon animals he has created fly up. They're very large balloon animals. And they start flying towards Colin to get him. And Petrushka says, I am sorry to interrupt a birthday, but for Petrushka is just business.
What are these balloons made of? Are they plastic?
I mean, they look like normal balloon stuff, but maybe some kind of technical super fiber that lets them become animated balloon animal monstrosities.
Ugly.
Because specifically one of the things in Kaya's firm was like they tried to make plants that could like eat plastic away. So I don't know if when she unleashes her next like round of powers, if that would have any effect on them to just like.
Yeah, to kind of mess with them. All right, that might happen if you try to directly engage. But let's see, Cannon.
Yep.
We'll have Blink go next.
Yeah.
So what are you doing as all these balloon animals are flying?
Well-
some other stuff's about to go down too.
Well, I did observe him.
Yes, secret that special observing against Petrushka.
Yes. I would like to redirect his attack onto him.
Oh, okay. So the balloon bounce those balloon animals right back on him.
Yeah. Like, I don't know exactly. So I guess it would be more of like,
Maybe
I
like
guess-
directly engage.
well, it's sort of like it's part of the move. Like I can
Oh,
redirect
okay.
the attack on another character.
Oh, right. I see. Okay.
So
Yes.
I'm going to spend one of my three holds.
All right. So 2 hold. What does that look like as you?
I think, like, as I was sort of observing him setting up, I found a moment to sort of take a look at the thing and notice what was going on and sort of manipulate it just slightly.
Mm-hmm.
And so, they get to a certain point and then they just swivel and go back to him.
All right. So they fly back and they start like bouncing into Petrushka, knocking him down. He is like cursing and swearing in Russian, starting to move further back to get away from them.
And then,
While I try to
while
take
that's
control.
happening, I would like to use another of the holds to cross the distance between them and me.
Okay. So you just leap over and now you are in front of Petrushka.
Yeah. It's like, I had a feeling about you. And I would like to just sort of like have my cannon sort of at his face and be just like, just stay there or you're gonna get hurt.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah. So for the moment, he is like frozen as he's looking under your cannon. However, Blink. Not Blink. Blend. Yeah, Blink was in the last
Blink is
one.
in another one.
I know. Two Blink and Blend.
Sorry, I wasn't trying to trip you up.
Yeah. I'll remember. So, Blend.
Yeah.
You are still hiding under the hedges, and you hear a bunch of roars and snarls. As you peer back down that kind of alley where he moved the dinosaurs, they have now not only come to life, but are getting life-sized.
Oh.
Yup, there's now a T-Rex charging its way down, running into the party, and a bunch of nasty Deinonychus raptors as well. Colin is like, oh, cool dinosaurs!
Not cool. Not cool at all.
But they're dinosaurs!
They're also wild animals and they will eat you.
Yes, they are charging in. They're working for the Scale Syndicate, which is like the lizard man dinosaur crime group.
Tillians.
Yep.
Monsters.
Some nasty reptilians charging in to attack this party. So, Blend, what do you do?
I am going to jump out and surprise the first raptor. I'm not taking on a T-Rex. But I am strong, agile, and tough. And if he doesn't see me coming, I might get a good surprise takedown move, at least on the first one.
Yeah, good idea. Beat up a raptor. Well, let's roll directly engage. I think this could work.
At least to stop them from, at least the first one. Let's see what happens. Yes, finally.
Nice.
So there we go. And that's danger, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's 11 straight.
Ooh, cool. All right, so which two are you taking from this raptor? Which you're going to mess up pretty bad, for sure.
I'm going to use this as an opportunity for my allies to figure out something to do. Because, yes. I would like to undo that answer and impress the other raptors with my ability to take out this one.
Nice.
So
Okay.
they are scared.
So how exactly do you bring down this raptor?
I would have to say, as it passes me, grab it by the tail and basically just swing it back around into another
Oh,
grenade or
nice.
something like that.
Yeah, this raptor goes down like a tangle of prehistoric limbs. The other dinosaurs just stare at this in amazement and are held back for a second.
Okay, so as soon as I see that, I'm going to use my last hold to stun Petrushka. Basically,
Oh,
just sort of
okay.
try and take him out.
Yeah, you could tell he's like reaching for something else in his clown suit, and then he just
And I just
he collapses onto the ground there. Okay, so dinosaurs are coming from one end, but they're kind of stopped. You got Petrushka knocked out. Colin and the other kids starting to freak out a little bit. You got Wendy apparently using superpowers, which maybe she didn't want people to know about.
Mm-hmm.
And also, you noticed Abel, her dad, is like kind of peering in from the doorway there.
So can I best explain this? Oh boy. Tactical genius. So, point out the obvious flaw in a known foe's plan, and then roll plus savior. So, the obvious flaw here is the balloon animals can just be, substituted as straight up balloons. Nothing is wrong here at all. Just kids playing with balloons. Ignore the crying.
Are you telling this to Abel?
No, well, I'm trying to tell it to Perushka.
Petrushka?
Petrushka's out.
Yeah, I think he was already knocked out. He's unconscious.
But I'm pointing the flaw in his plan.
Well,
As an out for this, so the parent doesn't get mad at me.
okay, gotcha.
Oh, alright, so you're trying to tell Abel, hey, don't worry about it. The assassin who at your kid's birthday party just used useless balloon animals. It's all
Yeah.
good.
Okay.
It didn't go very well, though.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect
That's
it
a
to.
6.
Alright, well, mark potential there. But
So-
as you come out, Abel is you can see his eyes are flashing too.
Jeez.
And you can see his, some kind of unseen wind is blowing his hair around a little bit. And he's looking at you. Wendy has now kind of gone over and is also sort of blocking his way into the yard. And he says, you two need to get out of my way right now. Wendy, you need to get out of here.
Why? What are you doing? I mean, it's just kids playing around with deadly animals.
He points over to Colin. He's like, I'm taking that one.
Sir, I advise against that.
We can't let you do that. You realize that, right?
He says, well, when you want to take over the Elemental Mafia and become Elemental Abel, sometimes you gotta strike it big. And as he's saying this, he holds out his hands. Lightning was crashing down from the sky, and you two are taking powerful blows as you are blasted by lightning.
Ow.
That's Dr. Artifix and Cannon.
Cool.
You could save Blink, or Blend. I caught myself that time. Blend, do you want to try and save one of them?
Yeah, whoever's closest, I guess.
Alright, you can maybe save Dr. Artifix. Let's have you roll defend for him.
I have no superpowers whatsoever. This will fry me to
Yeah.
bone.
How'd that do?
Defend.
Plus Savior.
Savior
Yeah.
is 8.
Okay.
It cost me.
Yes, so you take the powerful blow instead. But you managed to save him.
Well, I did beat up a raptor, so I feel good anyway.
Yeah, and you push him out of the way and you take the lightning bolt. So you take the powerful blow. Cannon happens with you, and we'll check in with you in a
I
second.
would say, do
because-
we roll when we take a powerful blow?
Yes.
Okay.
And you
The
want,
lower
so
you
you haven't
get,
taken the powerful
the
blow
better.
just yet, but for
Okay.
you, the dinosaurs, they were surprised by one raptor coming up, but now a T-Rex is stomping its way out,
Yeah.
also heading for Colin. Cannon, how'd you do with the powerful blow?
Since I'm now saved, can I intercept the bolt from him?
No, it was simultaneously. Yeah.
Oh, well.
6.
Don't need it
Ooh,
anyways.
he doesn't even need it.
That's
So how
right.
do you avoid? How do you dodge lightning?
Well, I feel like I've been trained in some sort of although I've already rolled it, so it doesn't really matter. I can't really roll plus the savior or plus the soldier. So I think the nature of my energy blast is sort of very similar to the plasma of lightning, and so I think I just sort of call out the blasts and just neutralize it.
All right, cool. So you shoot that lightning right back. Elemental Abel definitely takes some pause of that. So meanwhile, Moss,
Sir, I told you I advised against going against us.
He's like, yeah, I hear you. And my wife's just gonna drive her up the wall. I mean, vaporizing a student doesn't exactly put you in good graces at the PTO, but it's gotta be done. Meanwhile, you're out there, and the dinosaurs, a particularly large T-Rex, is stomping its way into the backyard too.
Okay. So do I take the powerful blow, or is it after all the dinosaur stuff?
So far it isn't made a move on you. It's going for a Colin.
Okay.
It's kind of just pawing over though, so you have like a chance to kind of intercept it if you want to.
Okay. The dinosaur?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course. What's the dinosaur made out of? Is it plastic again, or is it
No,
the
it's
actual
scales,
straight up
flesh.
Oh, it's like
bone.
a real dinosaur.
Yes, they had disguised themselves as dinosaur toys. Clever, yeah. No one would expect.
Okay, I'm going to directly engage a threat.
Yes. Okay.
And so I am going to just like straight up probably like I'll probably do something where like I come up off the ground like vines kind of like trailing behind me like and do my best to like smack him square in the chest to try and get him like just to move out of the way. Like obviously I want to hurt him, but like my main goal is to get him away from Colin. So even if I can divert him, especially if I could divert him towards the house or something like that, like I have a rampaging dinosaur to go smack into something, that'd be rad. So let's see if I can roll.
Yeah, I can see you doing that. Let's see how high you roll though. Yeah.
That is a 4.
Mark potential.
All right.
I
Get some mark
eat some
potential.
leaves. I just straight up eat leaves in the middle.
Yeah.
of
What
this
do you
guy.
think? So what do you think goes wrong? You just fall on your face?
I think
Tree
when
falls
I-
in the forest. Does anyone hear it? I couldn't.
Whoa.
Sorry. Go
That is-
ahead.
That is a mean joke.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I think when I'm walking, I'm pretty sure that he just bowls right past me. I mean, these are just vines, so I think I try and like come up at him, and I just get smacked right back to the ground. So I think he might just like walk right past me like he's snapping a branch. So I don't think he like hurt me, but like the vines that were holding me, I just go flying.
Okay. So he just he stomps his way past you. This
Yeah.
T-Rex reaches down, grabs Colin by the scruff of his neck, hauls him up in his teeth, not his little useless arms. He's like dangling from the T-Rex's mouth.
Yeah.
He now doesn't think dinosaurs are cool. He thinks they're terrifying.
I told you.
And the T-Rex vaults over the fence and is now in the front yard and pounding down the street with the other dinosaurs backing it up. Colin carried along, wailing in terror.
Oh dear.
Okay. So
I retroactively have a goddamn move, and it is that I can mark a condition to choose an additional option. And for my
Oh.
additional option, can I just like can I tag this dinosaur with something to see where he's going? So while he blasted me to the ground, I like jab him with something. It obviously didn't hurt him that much, but I like jab some twigs in him. That I'm
Yeah. You could, I mean, I'll say if you want, you can, like, get onto its tail and, like, ride it, too.
Yeah.
Like, go with it.
All
Yes.
right, I just like root myself onto his tail.
Yes. All right, so you're hanging onto the T-Rex's tail
I am.
as
I
it
hate it.
charges down the street. You do it to mark, which condition are you marking there?
Probably.
So you could be angry, hopeless, yeah.
I'm gonna
Some
say
rough ones in there.
Maybe angry because I'm just angry, and I have something when I mark a condition, I take +1 forward against the person that I blame for causing it, which
All
is
right.
a goddamn dinosaur.
Gonna be the T-Rex. Okay.
Yes, it is.
All right. So the T-Rex and its raptor escorts are charging down the street. Colin in the mouth, you on the tail. Meanwhile, you have Elemental Abel blocking your way and getting very angry.
Could I see if I can ask, using Soldier, it says that I can ask the group that I'm part of for additional resources, equipment, or information.
Yeah, this would be Task Force Tombstone, so you have Venus on call.
Yeah. So can I see if Venus knows anything about this elemental evil person?
Sure, you can give her a ring. Why don't you roll Soldier and see how you do there? It's not happening?
Well, it's a 7.
Okay.
Alright, maybe you get a chance to ask her, like, one quick question.
Okay, wait.
Just like in the middle of a shower, like.
She's like, oh, no, let me get the phone here.
Okay. 10
Well, you know, you were like in the middle of a lightning storm. Reception's bad.
Meanwhile, the T-Rex is like roaring, lightning's crackling everywhere.
Yeah, kids are screaming. They're all like taking cover. It's Petrushka's knocked out.
The
Balloon
candle's
animals are
lit.
floating around.
Alright, so,
That's absolute
Goddamn
chaos.
clowns.
Mm-hmm.
I hate parties. I hate people. I hate government. She's just thinking about this. This is what's getting her angry.
so,
On the table. Ah, fuck. So mad.
I don't know what kind of information, or I guess
We can come back to you if you
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
give it a think there.
I guess it would be sort of like, I guess for additional resources, it would be something that I can use. See if they can send something that I can possibly use.
Yeah, she could airdrop something. If
Yeah.
you, like
it
a
says
weapon.
on
or-
a hit, they resupply you as best they can. So,
All right, maybe she'll give you like one weaponry or like a vehicle. You can decide what it is, but
Yeah.
it's not going to be like game win or
Yeah.
gun.
yeah, it wasn't in 10+, so.
All right. Meanwhile, Dr. Artifacts, Elemental Able is stopping you from leaving. Wendy is still like with you, looking very upset at her dad, but they're kind of like locked eyes. Both with like lightning crackling. Now, right now, he's getting like one hand of ice and one hand of fire, and ready to blast you with both.
So I'm gonna look to Wendy and say, is there any way you can convince your dad to not kill your friend? Because that's what he's trying to do.
I can try, but he's very strong-willed.
Don't worry,
Use your influence.
I am. Don't worry, you also have a strong will.
Okay, why don't you roll
Simple
provoke?
message: kill your dad.
Oh, Generation Hero does not agree with the message of killing your dad.
I could tell her to do it if I wanted to.
Patricide is not
Come
good.
I got an 11.
Oh,
With an 11, you already,
do it.
you already have +1 to Wendy?
Yeah. That was a 8 and a 3.
Right, you can make it a +2 even.
A +2.
Yeah, because that's the critical opportunity there, or that's the bonus. Yeah, that's what you get.
It's still over 10.
Yeah. I mean, this is like for future rolls
Yeah,
in case.
oh,
in case this comes back.
With Wendy and
So Wendy is like,
Well
Dad,
done.
this is really embarrassing. Colin's my friend. And she blasts him with elemental power, sending a like miniature tornado whipping into him. It knocks him off his feet and hurls him back into the den. Ice and fire spilling everywhere, doing a lot of damage to the house. His wife's going to be so upset.
With
Okay.
him, not me, because I'm gone.
Yeah.
And now the way is clear for sure.
So I'm gonna say the resource was a vehicle.
Okay.
So they drop the vehicle in, or like, let's go, and go and follow
Yeah,
the
it pops up right outside. So you're all rushing out. Blend, as you're going by, Petrushka is partially recovered a little bit. And you can see, like, he's also kind of giving chase, trying to pick himself back up, running after you.
All right. Is there a spare tire on the back of this vehicle?
Yeah.
I'm gonna hurl it at him.
Nice, let me just chuck. Like, I have no superpowers, I'll throw tires at the bad guy.
Yeah, because I got mobility and mimicry, so game
Okay.
face, and yeah, so that's
Yeah.
that's my best bet.
Okay, so let's roll directly engage.
Come on. Yes.
Nice.
That is an 8. Right? Yeah, for danger? Yes.
Yes, okay, so
Sweet.
pick one from the upper list there as you smash him with this tire.
I take something from him, and that's his consciousness.
Oh man, this poor Russian clown. The tire bangs against him, he falls back into the curb next to his little party clown car. And your car is zooming ahead of him, racing after the T-Rex. Dr. Artifacts, you got a ride as well?
Yes, my assistant. I'm gonna ride the crab.
Oh, nice. So you're flying on the back of this crab, zooming next to... Oh, I forgot to ask. Cannon, what kind of car is this? Like just a Jeep or some kind of cool hovering super
I would
vehicle?
say it's a very yeah, it's a Jeep, but it has a lot of, I guess, 007-esque gadgets.
Oh, okay, cool. It's kind of like a supercar.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so you're rolling along in that.
The tire.
Yes. Cool super gadgets like a spare tire.
Oh.
They got the job done.
No, I'm not complaining. It was one of those things. It's like, you had all that gadgets. And
You guys need a spare
That was high
tire.
tech in the 90s, okay?
Oh, for sure.
Chance to do anything.
No, it's cool.
All right, Moss, you're riding on the back of the T-Rex's tail. It's charging down the street. You're kind of heading back towards Colin's, the area where Colin's house is.
Yes.
The Kong household.
Are there any trees, kind of like lining this this path?
Yeah, it's like a tree-lined street there.
Because something that I'd really like to do is I would super love to see if I can try and like almost like mesh, like almost like a net to kind of stop the dinosaur. If possible, I'd like the dinosaur to go through. So when the dinosaur is like throwing his head back, maybe while he's like running, I don't know how dinosaurs run, but I'm assuming they go like this.
Yeah,
so when
yeah.
he's flipping one of his heads to the side, I can hopefully grab the kid while he's still charging, or at the very least like pause him a little bit. Because I imagine she's been on the phone screaming obscenities and also telling you, this street, this street, this street, this street. Like, I mean, you can also probably see it's a dinosaur.
Yeah. Very noticeable.
I think I'm going to try to unleash my power.
Yes. That would do it.
For the love of God.
Let's see what happens.
It's alright. Wow.
No? Very bad?
No, it was, I think that's a 5.
Okay.
No, that was a 6. I got a 6.
All right.
Which is still bad.
Okay, so you get some mark potential.
You've
So.
rolled a 3 in the past 3 times.
Yeah,
you
you got some unlucky rolls there, but hey,
I never, yes, I just leveled
leveled up.
Nice.
that's cool.
You shouldn't do that in 2 hours!
Yeah, I know.
So
It's rare. It's rare you level up in one
Sorry.
shot.
Oh my god, I'm bad at rolling in the other game too. Shit! Okay, what do I do? What happens?
So when you roll up, you can choose one of the
Yes,
options.
there's all these advancements. You could up a stat.
You do get cool stuff. Yeah.
You could mutate further, getting new powers. There's a lot of cool stuff with the transform.
Okay.
You can even mutate further.
Yes.
I think I actually will mutate
Ooh,
further.
that could be a good one.
Except I get 2 abilities chosen from any playbook. So, can I come back to it real fast?
Yeah, go give it a quick look.
Okay.
I'll see what happens is like the trees advance.
Yeah.
Or the kind of mesh of lines shoots out from the trees.
Yeah.
And it does sort of tie up the T-Rex, but in like a way that makes it lose its footing, fall down, and it's going to kind of drop with Colin still in its mouth in a very dangerous position.
No.
The raptors are all around him. What is going on?
Can I fly in and try to grab Colin out of there?
Yes, so let's have you roll defend to save him.
Right.
Come on, Doctor.
2, 4, that's a 6, but I have influence over Colin. Does that push it to a
Yes.
7?
It
Or
does.
7.
Okay, so you and Pinchy is the robot craft's
Yep.
name. Zoom over. You grab Colin. So that's the good news. He's safe. The bad news is the T-Rex is thrashing about, and some of those nasty 6-inch T-Rex teeth slice into you as you're going past and saving the kid.
So
So you're
I would
Cannon.
like to defend him
Okay.
in that moment.
Yeah, let's have you roll defend.
So let's see if it works. It's a 6. So no.
Do we have team points?
You know what? I'll say you do. Right now you have 3. This is the climax, so you can use them.
All right.
Put one forward.
Yeah, let's bump that up to a success.
Cool. All right. So how do you save him from the
So
T-Rex?
basically, in seeing that, I will very quickly, just be like, grab the wheel and just obviously, I hope he grabs the wheel, stand up in the Jeep and just blast his face, and just see if I can redirect it.
Ooh, alright. You blast the T-Rex back. It is not able to bite into you because its head is slammed to the side. It collapses hard. Colin's safe in your arms,
Nice.
and you fly to safety with a bunch of raptors like snapping at your teeth there. And Colin's house is like right down the block.
Okay.
So I took elemental control and biokinesis from the Nova.
Ooh, okay, cool,
Kind
cool.
of going more into like the storm elemental jazz. And with elemental control, I imagine she's just getting so mad that she keeps fucking up that perhaps she'll try to unleash her powers again and use some sort of like flame on the dinosaur. Or actually, for biokinesis, does that mean that I can move other people, like biological things? I can...
Yeah, it's like controlling life, so you could mess with the dinosaurs. You could try and exert some kind of mind control over their bodies.
Yeah, I would love to have that dinosaur just slam its head into the ground, like the T-Rex specifically. Like,
Right.
oh, and I get +1 over that guy.
Yes. Give me a directly engaged to hit that,
Right.
mess up that T-Rex.
Let me do that. Which is a 10.
Nice. Is that total?
14.
Oh, dang. All right.
Yeah.
Pick 2, but this T-Rex is probably going to be done.
Can I see that real fast? I have it.
14 is pretty good.
Yeah,
All right.
14 is like doubly impossible.
So,
to roll. That's way good. It's the best you could do.
Okay. So, and that was directly
Directly engaged,
Okay.
yes.
So
You can do.
I'm going to I'm going to create an opportunity for you guys. So I'm going to create a distraction like how you intimidated the monsters before. I mean, I just slam this guy's head into the ground. And so I imagine all the other dinosaurs stop like, ew. And then, surprise, and so create an opportunity so while they're all stopped, like, they all kind of, like, pause. I want all the dinosaurs to pause for a moment, and then, I want to, surprise and frighten the opposition. So y'all have an opportunity to collect, him and get him good.
Hey, Cannon, what's the red button do?
Push that red button.
Has that been good news for anyone? What's this button?
Because you're like saving him, right? And now he's got this opportunity, so I just want to be like, fire a rocket up this thing's butt or something like that. Or
Yeah, I will
unleash
say-
the guns or whatever it's got.
I'll let
I'm
you
sure
do
that
that.
I get the feeling that there are labels, so so as soon as you say that, I'm just like, just hit that one.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna say Blunt hits that button. This T-Rex, which was so messed up by Moss, is now blasted with a rocket. It is out. It collapses on the ground. It's extinct.
Again.
Yeah, that stops. The T-Rex forms like a barrier. The other raptors kind of smack into it, and they are stopped. And right now, you have like arrived at Colin's house.
Okay.
Awesome.
He's like, we should probably go inside.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yes.
It looks like all the defenses have held up pretty
Yeah.
good. Nice.
So you can dash him. You can definitely tell like this place is going to be attacked pretty soon.
I go inside and hug the wall in comfort.
And so we can tell that there's like another thing coming.
Yeah, there's
like-
more stuff coming. Maybe some of the same stuff. In fact, as you're going in, the phone is ringing. Colin picks it up and he's like, "Grandma! Oh,
Grandma.
you wanna talk to them? Okay."
Oh God, it's Grandma who I think it is.
Yeah, he holds up the phone. He's like,
Katie.
"She wants to talk to you."
I grab it.
Wait.
Ma'am,
Katie's like, "Hello there. I hear you're babysitting my grandson there.
we're protecting him, yes.
Isn't he a good boy? What a great
Yes,
kid.
ma'am.
He gets good grades in school too.
That's very nice.
I'm
ma'am.
so proud of my grandson's an honor student. It's so great."
That's very nice, ma'am. Is there anything you needed?
Well, he's in danger, and it's because, well, it's definitely because of me and because of my son.
Yes.
But perhaps more importantly, it's down to Warden Graves. He sold you out.
I knew he couldn't be trusted.
Yep.
Yeah, he was definitely in on it.
So, it was more than just that. Did you know your neighbor was an elemental user?
Well, my son's neighbor. I mean, I suspected of it, but I don't know. Kenneth really liked living there, I guess. Maybe element.
Can we all hear this?
Yeah, he's on speaker. I'm sure.
As this
Cannon
as
just
the
puts it on
conversation goes on, I
Okay.
just hit the button.
She's like, "All right, look, I've kind of gone into hiding because my whole son is a federal informant thing. But this is like, Colin's safety is worth it. I'm gonna come by and pick him up."
That's not necessary, man. We have orders. We're doing our best to protect your son or grandson.
She's like, "Well, I do appreciate that, but the organization you're working for is a sham. Like, Warden Graves set you guys up to fail."
That may be so, but I was given orders to protect your grandson, and I will. What's the word? Sorry.
You're gonna
Mental
follow
block.
through?
Yeah, follow through with those orders.
She says, "Look, you do what you gotta do, but I'm coming by to pick him up. He's gonna be safer with me. If you want to protect him,
Ma'am,
you can come with me."
I would advise you to stay put, and I'm going to use Soldier to invoke my authority.
All right, let's see if she does it.
8, 10.
She's like,
We have everything under control, ma'am.
She says, "I'm still coming to the area. I'll think about it. Like, I understand you." Oh, you want to add something?
I so do. I think Moss is like, if you can get our collars off, I'll join you. Or she might say we'll join you, but if you can get our collars off, we'll join you. I'll protect him.
Ooh, she says, "All right, it's a deal."
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, I'll see you soon.
This is not how I wanted to do this.
Yeah, sorry, Cannon, but some things are more important than law, crime, all
I need
sorts
to do
of things.
something good for once.
Well, protecting him is something good. Anyway, I'll be there
But
soon.
in the process, I'm disobeying my sentence.
Hey, The fact that the warden betrayed us makes everything he said to us null and void. We're doing this of our own volition.
Yes, but the prison system that he is a part of is still
Broken.
Corrupt.
Absolutely broken.
Ooh.
The prison system in and of itself is not corrupt.
What about you, Blend? Which are you thinking you're going to try and follow your orders, be a good member of Task Force
I'm
Tombstone?
following orders, but I'm...
Yeah, or are you going to try and agree with Katie Kong and go off with her? You can give me the answer later, too, because she hasn't arrived just yet.
I want the collar off more than anything.
All right.
But yeah, my just humble self, I just like, I don't want any harm. Just want it off.
Okay. Colin comes back with like a bunch of Oreos. And he's like, "What are you guys talking about? I got Oreos. They're so good. I like to take the tops off and put all the creamy bits together to make like a quadruple Oreo.
An arm comes out from
One time. Oh, okay. Cool. Anyway, they're for you guys too. I made a septuple Oreo. It's pretty great. It's like 5 creamy.
I'm back and sort of like watching the front area.
It's real tasty. So as you're watching this, first of all, Elemental Abel shows up along with a few other Elemental Mafia goons.
Can I now use before we get started?
Yes. Using that against Elemental Abel?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of coming from the front is how they're attacking.
Yes.
And they're looking upset. Lots of fire, ice, lightning, weather.
Yeah.
Weather.
So it says observe your opposition.
Evil
so I'm
weather.
guessing I can sort of, depending on how many holds I do, I can sort of use it on multiple if I need to, right?
Okay. Yeah. I'll say it just applies to him and all his goons. Not so good there?
Well, what is it, plus Savior? It's a 7, so I hold 2. Okay.
Alright. So they're coming in and they're making a frontal assault.
Alright.
Right now, so Elemental Abel starting it out with a his daughter, who sort of, she impressed him, but kind of inspired him. He's going to send a tornado of wind to rip into the front and tear the front of the house off.
Nolan, did you paint all of them the way I told you to?
I did my best.
Okay.
So what does the painting do, actually? Because this might hit them as they come. They're definitely facing it.
So, are any of you familiar with something called the Clover phenomenon? It's a little cosmic little rip in the space-time continuum caused by painting the wrong things that someone really shouldn't.
Dang.
Old shame of mine.
He was like painting Cthulhu, like this is crazy.
Yes.
Like Lovecraftian arts. This is great. The music of Eric Zahn style.
So all of those paintings should have something like, Slender Man-esque figures, little symbols.
Yeah,
that
like
all
Eldritch
come
horrors.
that all come together and also come to life if you painted them the right way. I'm going to activate it with the photo of the paintings that I took. And that is a 12.
Nice.
Whoa! All right. So what effect does this have? It's definitely working on these elemental guys.
Well, I'm trying to do it as like part of the brain's your shame. You have a deep and abiding sense of guilt for something you've created or had a hand in creating. If you could have been something you invented when you first came into your genius, or something you set into motion that you no longer have the power to stop. Hence the Cthulhu-esque figures coming to life.
Oh, for sure.
And maybe even something beyond your ability to achieve again. This once-in-a-lifetime creation. Just as you are in a world-class intellect, your shame is a world-class problem. Whatever the case may be, your role in creation is not publicly known yet. Like now! So, as I unleash my
Yeah. What
powers,
does he do to these guys?
all the paintings come to life.
Oh no!
Like, rip off of the building and start charging for him.
All right. So these
Pretty badass.
horrible Slender Man, these like weird silhouette shadow images, split out of the paintings, race down, and crash to the Elemental gang. They manage to get the tornado off, but after that, Elemental Abel and his crew are just overcome by these impossible, weird, shadowy figures.
So if the tornado is still there...
Yeah, it's still... Colin is like freaking out as the front of the house is being ripped away.
Yeah, I can't stop
So
a tornado.
before it actually hit the house, I would have redirected it. I'm not
Oh,
entirely sure
okay,
how,
cool.
but it says that I can. So
Yeah, with the
basically-
hold? Uh-huh.
Yeah, gonna spend one of my holds to redirect it and just basically... I think part of the augmentations of my arms is that I can sort of manipulate the blast in a way that I can just sort of redirect anything, and just so I will redirect it to the sky, and it just sort of goes up into the sky and dissipates.
Ooh, okay. So the house takes some damage, but it's pretty much intact. The elemental guys are just being messed up, and it's like turning them inside out.
Yes.
All kinds of weird things are happening on that front lawn. Colin's kind of trying to a little peek out. I don't know if you want to let him see that and be smart.
No.
Colin, don't
No.
look.
No.
Oh,
And
okay.
I won't look. That will mess you up even more.
Yeah, Blend turns him away. And then as he's looking back, he's peering out there, and he's like, guys, there's a clown in the backyard.
Not him.
Yep. And with that, the back of the house gets blown open by a set of set charges. You probably shamed him like ice cream or something, but he used some Semtex to blow open the door there. I'm going to say... Who's probably standing closest to the back area? I'm probably going to say it's Blend, yeah. Alright, so let's have you take a powerful blow as the explosion hits you.
Fortunately, nobody knows where you are.
Yeah, baby.
Ooh,
That's
nice. How do you avoid this explosion ripping out through the back of the house?
a miss. He thought he saw somebody, but I was really in another room.
Ooh, okay. But he definitely blew his way in.
Yeah, definitely got his way in.
Yeah. So Petrushka's heading inside. He has like a big 2 cans of seltzer that are squirting acid. He says, have to follow through. In Afghanistan, we didn't have any clown theme. We would just find the people and kill them. Now everything must have theme because I am super villain or something. Anyway, and he brings out the seltzer. Move aside or I melt you.
So, would he be considered a civilian?
Petrushka?
Yeah.
No, he's an
Okay.
ex-Spetsnaz
Well,
turned clown-themed
Hudson City
assassin.
personnel, no, he wouldn't be considered a
Worst
Hudson
guys.
City personnel or Aegis staff. So that doesn't.
Can I use my biokinesis to make him eat his own tongue?
This is supposed to be a family show.
I know, wow. Look, we already are going way over that PG
As
rating
living
there.
paintings tear people apart in the backyard.
Yes.
He can punch himself in the face or spray acid
no,
on
I
his
feel like the
mouth.
camera just sort of went away from that.
I mean, you can still hear this.
I didn't roll again. I was asking.
No, I was
Yes.
talking about for
He
his
can
thing.
mess with his tongue. Give me a directly engage for the tongue.
Yeah. Or I can make him choke himself. He doesn't have to bleed.
Okay, that would do it.
Yeah. Okay,
Let's see if that
fine.
works.
Okay.
Over it.
10 plus what for the directly?
Yes, plus danger.
Plus danger. Ooh, 11.
Whoa, nice. Okay. So with that, yeah, you have to pick 2, and he is going to be hurt for sure.
Yes. I'd like to take something from him, and that would be his acid. His
right.
acid.
You just
guns.
pulled the seltzer, cans out of his hands.
Yes. And then I'd like to create an opportunity for my allies. So with the acid, can I just grab it from him, and then we're not close enough to the outside to mess with the people outside, or are we?
You're kind of, well, I mean, you're also in the middle of the house. You thinking of like chucking it at the
Actually,
creatures outside?
no. I take the acid guns because I want to spray acid at some point. But I grab Petrushka and just throw him through the front window potentially, and just like throw him at Abel or
Oh,
something,
I
and
see.
just like
Into the,
distract them and just be like, "Here's a clown."
Sure.
Uh-huh.
Add a clown to
Clown.
this, to this nightmarish, like eldritch cataclysm going out in the front lawn. Yeah, so you guys do that, and you have the acid.
Nice.
So you have thrown him out there.
Okay.
So there's pretty much chaos going on.
How's Colin doing? Where's he?
He's freaking out. Like, he's very terrified by all this.
You still
Okay.
got him down, not seeing everything happening outside the window, right? Because my word, if he isn't scarred now, he's
Yeah, but he's really scared by all this.
yeah.
So I'm going to use the last hold that I have to form a distance between us, Colin, and that group, that mass, and just basically just lead him away, or at least give even more distance away from him.
Okay.
So.
So you're taking him out of the house, like into the backyard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. So yeah, you like kind of maybe he'll even let you pick him up. At this point, he's so
I
scared.
do have influence over him.
Yes. Or you just take his hand.
Yeah.
And instead of
Come on,
drag him. All right. Yeah. He falls you outside, and you are all out there in the backyard. And now, out there, you hear some helicopter rotors. And as you look up, you can see in the sky a helicopter zooming in. However, there are two helicopters. The closer one, and one of them maybe not a helicopter, it's like one of those flying gunships, a spider gunship. That's coming in from one end, but it's a bit further away. The closer one is a Cemetery Coast official helicopter.
Oh boy. Which we're now figuring out is not.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's got a bunch of like armored up guards in there, armed with their heavy rifles. And there you can see through the cockpit. It's got like rocket pods on it too. Look, this prison was prepared after what happened last time. But there in the cockpit you can see Warden Graves, just his severed head in the jar hooked up to the control panels. And he says, well, I guess if you want something done right, you gotta do it yourself. Cannon, you are officially ordered to back down. Otherwise, if you don't, I'm gonna start detonating those necklaces. Blow all your heads off, and then I'll get the boy anyway. So give him up and I'll let you live.
Now's the time. Do you want to respect the law or do good?
You can definitely see that spider gunship is closing in too. You can buy it some time. It will get there too. Oh, I think Blendus thing he wants to do.
Go for it.
I leveled up, so
Nice.
I could just pull that like awesome
Moment of
unlock
truth.
your moment of truth.
Yes.
And
Yeah, this can be Blend's moment of truth.
Says the mask is a lie, and some piece of you has always known that. Doesn't matter if others can see it. You're the one that can do the impossible. Mask off, costume on. You're going to save the damn day. Of course, you better hope nobody nasty is watching. So I'm going to monologue. Because I am mundane as hell.
Yeah!
So I'm gonna monologue until he thinks he has us to the button pushing point of our collars, and then let that spider gunship or someone else have a great opportunity to just to take him out.
Ooh, okay.
Or
So
get the remote or something.
give
from that.
me a little sample of what you say as Warden Graves' helicopter is like tilting to face you.
Warden Graves. It's been an interesting day, but have you ever heard the story of the bush?
Colin's
It
like,
goes
it's a
just a
good
little
story. You
like
should
this."
listen to it. That's cool.
Tell him about the bush.
Tell him so. As you are saying this, the spider gunship closes in. It opens up, and you can see Katie Kong, a lot older now, is rappelling down, and she has a small set of controls that she took from the last time. She busts out of Cemetery Coast, and she can use to disengage the control collars.
Hooray!
So she's like swinging down, holding it out with her bottom feet. One of you just needs to get it. But she is in the sky.
I'm on Act 4.
Yes, Moss, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and unleash my powers, and I'd love to use my I'll just unleash my powers and just try and go up there and grab them, sort of like I did. Sort of like I did before with the T-Rex with the vines.
All right.
6, 7, 8, 9, 9.
We
That's
still
pretty
have
good.
2 team points.
Okay, so you're right. You want to use those T points?
Yeah.
Okay. Otherwise, you have to like either take a powerful blow to make it work, or there would be an issue. With the team point, which you now have one left, you zoom up, you grab that control collar. I mean, you grab the little kind of remote control that can disengage them, and you pop back down.
So our collars pop off.
Yeah, as soon as you press that button.
Okay, and I think. Oh, where's Colin?
Right now, Cannon is holding him. Katie Kong's eyes are all on him too. She wants him out of there.
Kenan, please.
My first order was to keep this boy safe. This is exactly what I'm going to do, and I'm going to fire at the gunship.
Ooh,
Yes.
okay. Give me directly engage.
Can I say that I was using my training?
Yes. To take down a helicopter. I'm sure that's right.
That's
the first
right
thing they
up the
teach you
alley.
in commando school. How'd you do there?
That's a 9.
Is there anything that we could do to assist him?
We have one
There is
last
one more
team
team
point.
point.
There is one last point.
We can use the team point.
This is exactly what they're meant for. Pushing 9s to 10s and 6s to 7s.
Yep.
All right. So with that 10, yes, we're directly engaged.
So yeah.
All right. So which two are you picking as you unload to this helicopter?
Resist and avoid the blows. I'm guessing Colin's included in that, and I'm going to take their ability to stay in the air.
Ooh. All right. You just blow into that helicopter. It swings to the side, comes spinning down, and crashes hard to the earth. Warden Graves' head jar smashes through the windshield and rolls over on the grass, where it comes to a rest at like your feet. And he's looking up and just glaring at you. You can tell he's like trying to detonate those control collars, but it's not working.
So I think after this, it's like, you're gonna want this back. You are a horrible person, by the way. and that's coming from me, so that's saying something.
Dang. So by now, the spider gunship is hovering down. Katie Kong's there. Kong's like, Grandma! And he rushes over and goes under her back. And she's holding him safely up there. He's not embarrassed about that because it's his grandma. And she says, you guys saved his life. I owe you everything. If you want jobs and you don't want to be prisoners anymore, come with me and Spider and the Kong organization. We can find you work. I don't know. Unfortunately, I think my son's going to testify. Maybe when that's done, there'll be no point in going after Colin. He'll be safe. He can go back to school and have a normal life. But until then, I'm keeping him with me. You can tell she's depressed about that. But she's like, it must be none.
Well,
But you're all welcome to join in as well. What do you think? A life of crime with me?
Yes.
And Colin's like, cool!
Do I get to steal?
Yeah, a lot of things.
Do I get to paint? To steal things?
Alright, I'm interested. Okay, so you three agree. Cannon, what about you? Are you going to embark on this life of crime?
Unfortunately, ma'am, I believe while my orders at this point were sound for the most part, my orders with the Corps were not, and I need to atone for those. So I'm going to turn myself back in.
Ooh, alright. So you go back to Cemetery Coast. Because remember, the Task Force Tombstone, this particular one might have been compromised, but the organization itself is not. Venus is still good. She did not know about this.
You might be called upon again.
Yeah, so you walk back just as the sirens and finally sound and the police start coming in and other superheroes start arriving at the scene to take away Elemental Abel, Petrushka, and the rest of them. You walk out with your hands up. And they,
Oh wow, they're still alive. Okay, that's good.
alive. I'm sure those weird shapes just fade away when the other people show up, but the scars they left are still going to remain there.
And I think Moss is like, if we see you again, we might have to kill you.
Colin says, please don't. I don't like it when you fight.
Don't worry. We might find ourselves on different sides, but we can't come to... It's not like we can't come to an agreement, right?
Well, we'll see who I'm under next time.
We'll see.
Good luck.
And with that, this team of villains falls apart.
Again!
Partially. Alright, and that brings this episode to a close. Let's go around and do the closing. I know usually we do this special end of session where you can either grow closer to the team, become an image of yourself, or away from the team, but it might not work for this one shot. Though these characters could, reappear in later episodes, of course. I like them a lot. You guys can always welcome to play them again, or I might use them as NPCs, which I certainly would love to for a lot of them. But let me go around and ask you guys, what do you think happens to them as the 1990s go on and around the millennium? Because I know 3 of you are hanging out with Spider and are becoming full-fledged supervillains. One of you is going to complete his sentence over at Cemetery Coast.
Spider was working with the heroes.
They're anti-heroes.
Exactly. That's why Katie Kong is okay with
kinda-
joining them. Yeah.
Kind of morally ambiguous. It's complicated.
Exactly.
I think it was the words like joining her and becoming a villain was what flipped him to turning himself back in.
So what happens to him after he completes after he serves his time? Does he stay on with?
I think after serving his time, he is going to contact the SOS and see if they'd be willing to take on an ex-commando.
Oh,
with
sure.
powers.
I think they would. I mean, they had Emerald Drake in there. They got the Great Vizandu, who was once like an actual villain. So they'd probably be all right with that one.
And I think he takes sort of on the more commando side of things.
Sure,
in SOS,
more.
So
Yeah, the more kind of military-ish missions.
yeah.
All right. What about Blend?
Glenn definitely grows into an image of himself. He, on his downtime, goes into theater and production, and begins doing performance for himself and for kids.
Oh, it becomes a nice children's theater. I love it. The Saga of the Bushes becomes like a. I'm sure,
Yeah,
like.
he writes a play, right? There's a sequel.
Ooh.
Moss sees every show.
Oh. And what happens to Moss?
I think that I'm going to stay with the Kong family. I don't know what they end up doing, but especially Colin, I don't know whether or not she's not like a babysitter all the time, but like she tries to like stay in contact. She does not give up her villainous ways. She is defo all about anarchy. She doesn't try and like rob banks. She's not in it to gain anything for herself, but she definitely wants to destroy the government. And so if that means teaming up with heroes to bring people down, she will. If that means killing heroes, she will. So pretty much anything to get her way without causing undue disaster around her.
All right. Well, I'm sure
All
Spider offers plenty of opportunities to do that.
She's happy.
All right. And what about Dr. Artex?
He cannot believe he actually invoked the Clover phenomenon, named after himself. Formerly known as Billy Clover, he made the mistake of delving into eldritch knowledge.
Painting what must not be painted.
Yeah, don't paint in blood. Otherwise, that's going to open portals to unknown dimensions and just unleash terrors beyond imagination. So he's going to try and work with Spider to see if he can't just, combat this phenomenon. Make sure none of these monsters actually get out, because those are unleashed now. They're gone, but they can always come back.
Ooh, that
through any
makes sense.
painting, anywhere.
Yeah, and I'm sure if we got Paragon, a nasty eldritch god out there causing mayhem, and he's not down and out for sure. So they may have some role in his return as Generation Hero rolls on, which will next week we'll be having the 1990s arc resuming Generation Hero to the extreme.
So we have to say it differently. It's never just to the extreme.
To the extreme. Yes, things are certainly going to get
I miss the
extreme.
90s. But thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for tuning in and checking out this. I always love the villain episodes. They're so fun and compact and quick and climactic, right? There's we gotta go, and then we gotta wait for the next one. But next week we'll return to our regularly scheduled programming
Heroic
for
program.
the hero programming.
Same channel.
So thanks everyone. We will see you next week. Make sure to pull up a chair. Make time to tabletop.
Good night.
Good night.